Welcome to an in-depth series we've been doing that's trying to make a difference in helping veterans across this state of New Jersey and the surrounding states. This is part of our Help for Our Heroes series. We're pleased to be joined by Tim Aurora, who is served as Sergeant, United States Marine Corps. He's a veteran, program coordinator of Operation Veterans to Social Workers at Family Connections. Good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you too, Steve.
Who are you joined with?
That's my service dog, Brian.
That's your service dog, Brian?
Yes.
Why does he matter?
He matters because I'm a disabled veteran, and he assists me with injuries I sustained overseas.
Talk about the work you do every day to help veterans.
So the work we do is primarily providing individual counseling, couples counseling, group counseling, and sometimes family counseling when it's needed with the child as well. And it's a free service that we offer to veterans, performed by veterans.
How do people find you?
Typically, it's referral by word of mouth, but we also do a very active community engagement process, either by participating in stakeholder meetings or by meeting with other programs within the community, and usually it's a referral through something that maybe we could feel that their program can offer.
By the way, your website is up as we talk right now.
Yes.
Is there a geographic area you serve?
We serve pretty much anyone who is in the North Jersey area or even South or Central Jersey. If they want to come in for counseling, we have an open door policy for that. So,
you know, one of the things that came up, we had a roundtable discussion with Tim and a group of other advocates, experts, government officials, people from the foundation community, talking about how to help those who are, in fact, heroes who have given so much to our country. And one of the issues that kept coming up, Tim, and you're a part of that discussion, is that sometimes it's hard to get veterans to A, reach out, B, once they do, to be open. Talk about it.
So a lot of times from what I experienced just as a service member and also as a veteran when I was taken out of service was that there is a stigma in terms of mental health, almost as you don't want to be that person that goes and opens up about your service.
Because?
Typically it's frowned upon within the community, or at least when I was in, but since it started to open up a little bit. So what we do is we create a very empathic and compassionate environment to where we can talk about any subject. And those subjects can relate from anxiety, depression, marital issues, PTSD, and military sexual trauma.
Is it different for men versus women from your experience?
Sometimes it could be very different. Sometimes the issues can be very similar. So if they're struggling with employment issues or holding a job and about anxieties at that job, which may prevent them from keeping it, then that can overlap into both categories.
Why? How is it different, though, or when? And under what circumstances would it be different for men versus women?
In terms of general counseling or in employment? For the differences, let's say a male client was exposed to combat, and maybe this is the first time they're discussing about their traumatic situations. So that may be something for men, whereas for women it could relate to military sexual trauma.
Why is that coming up so much, that such a high percentage of women who serve in the military dealt with such trauma?
I believe a lot of it was kind of kept under wraps, so to speak. So a lot of people were afraid to mention it while they're in service because of retaliatory efforts from higher-ups who committed
Part of military culture?
Probably part of military culture. I would at least attribute to that of keeping quiet, and there could be retaliatory action taking place if spoken up against. So a lot of people are kind of ashamed to bring it up from what I saw, or afraid to bring it up, and it's attributed to a very painful part of their past. So a lot of them really don't want to bring it up and put themselves in a vulnerable situation, but that's something that we hope will happen within session. We like to empower our client to be able to open up and talk about these subjects.
Someone watching right now, man, woman, served our country, looking for help, what should they do right now?
They could call us. That'd be one of the greatest things to do. If you're in the area, we could definitely, get you in as fast as we can to see someone and hopefully start that process.
Who are they seeing on the other end?
A veteran, which is something that a lot of vets have vocalized that they want to talk to other veterans. So our staff is master's level students, currently either in Rutgers University, Monmouth University, Kean University, or Fordham University. And those students are performing the actual counseling work.
That matters?
Oh, it matters a great deal.
Why?
Because they have the cultural competency. They're present to actually address the issues with those veterans. So not only have they been in the exact same situation in terms of the employment factor, being in the military, but a lot of times their experiences will overlap, unfortunately and fortunately.
Final question.
Yes.
I've asked several of your colleagues who are joining us today here at the Healthcare Foundation this question: why do you do what you do every day?
I do what I do every day because I myself am a disabled combat vet. And I knew the struggles of looking for adequate services when I got out of service, even when I was in service.
Well, that was you. Why step up for others?
Because it shows that you're a leader and even that you can accomplish these things by getting the services that you need, and that you too can have a successful life. And look at those troublesome things that maybe you don't want to look at in yourself, or the past things that occurred, and challenge yourself to move forward from that and get the help that you need.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Seton Hall University, Suez, Summit Medical Group, Choose New Jersey, Verizon, and by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.